Magic. In my magic phase, I cast Van Hales, and now you get to get the benefit of re-rolling to hit that you miss, as well as, if they're not engaged in close combat, can make up to an 8-inch move, which I think might have saved my general's life. I moved the casters themselves because I did the upgraded version, so hit everything within a foot. So my skeletons will get to re-roll. My vampires moved over here in a way to hopefully be able to either support these guys or jack that up if it doesn't do nothing, or even get rid of that stupid thing. Also get them closer to maybe getting into battle since they're expensive. Main thing, I got him out of the way of any charges. Cleverly put this spirit host here in a way where it fucks up both his charges towards either one of those units. So that was a baller spell. Okay, luckily he didn't get irresistible dispel, and that was 6 dice versus 3. Alrighty, moving on to shooting. Go. Alrighty. Shooting phase, Terrorgeist, of course, the only thing I got that shoots. He's going to scream at this unit. They're within 8. 2d6 plus 6, he has full wounds. That is 6, so 12. What's their leadership?
7.
7, so it beats them by
5.
5.
Alright.
5 wounds.
Thanks to the power of the Terrorgeist.
The whole thing?
It's 5 wounds.
Oh, none of them have...
Nice.
Alrighty, before y'all go nuts on us, we discovered where we messed up.
Little addendum there, I forgot that these guys were within the general's leadership bubble because it's a large mount. So in that case, 2 of them survive, but now they're gonna have to make a leadership roll. So
because more than 50% died.
Yeah, exactly.
And this guy gave the inspiring presence. It's just, I guess, pretty close to outside, but it's just inside. Oh, really? Yep. Nice. Did you roll 3?
No, they don't.
Why is that?
Because if you have less than if you have less than 25% of the models left, no, that's 40%. Turns out I'm dumb at math. We're good.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So only 3 died, but I'm still happy. Okay.
1,000 or something.
Okay, let's see here. We'll start with this unit here for my close combat vampire counts. He did 3 wounds to me, and well, he did a lot of wounds, and I did some nice saves, which was good. And I ended up only losing 3, so I got real excited. But then I rolled. I had all these to roll to wound, and that's what I freaking got. Look at all those 1, 2, and 3s, and there was actually 1 4 in there, but because I was netted, that one didn't count either. So I got 2. Anyway, over here, he beat 6 of my goals. I actually ended up winning because of the flank charge gave me 2, so I beat him by 1. I beat one troll and got 2 on him, so that was 5 to 6. And over here, like I thought, this was done. I didn't realize till afterwards. And he reformed to face my Terrorgeist that is still in the dark. Still apologize for that. Better next time. Alrighty, that was my close combat. Now it's turn 4 for Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins.
So starting, these are the only ones who actually charged. Nobody failed any animosity rolls. So obviously they're on the bar guy, or where the fuck that thing is. These 2 rallied. My general's over here now. These goblins did a swift reform and moved a little bit. I got my chariots in a little more favorable position there. These guys didn't move, and that was pretty much everything.
These are dead.
Yeah, those are dead gobos.
He put a sacrificial goblin boss in here to block my real blood knight unit. And got close combat coming here shortly.
Here we go. Right. Got some good news to report. You might notice that there's not quite as much plastic here as there was like a couple minutes ago. And that would be because
Yeah, go ahead,
this
explain.
This little gem right here shot him and landed 4 wounds on the dragon, which was just enough to kill him. So things are starting to look a little bit better for me.
Yeah.
And let's see, on top of that, the Doom Diver killed a couple of skeletons because it deviated. I was trying to hit these vampires over here, but that's all that happened. And then these guys missed their shots on the Vampire Lord, so that was that phase.
Yep. Alrighty, now we're gonna close combat. Where are you starting?
Amazing advice for Aaron, but I'm not gonna tell him. It's fucking brilliant, though. Don't think of it.
Where are you
starting? With the trolls.
To the trolls. Alright, here we go. Alrighty. Turn 4 Orcs and Goblins close combat. I killed 4 dudes, unfortunately only, and he did a wound and a bunch of ranks and a standard and all this other stuff, and he had a total of 7, so I took 3 more there. And here, I lost pretty bad. Lost a bunch of skeletons, and he only lost that many goblins. And that was my turn.
The trolls. The trolls took out the rest of the ghouls.
Ghouls are gone.
And the spirit host there took a couple of wounds, so...
And they're pretty much stuck now.
Yeah, that's the rest of the game right there for them, probably. And I think that was everything.
That's it. Alrighty. Top of...
4. Or
bottom of 4. VC. Okay, Vampire counts 4th turn movement. Charge the Vargoth into the back of those goblins. Hopefully he can help out there. Over here I moved the wolves up. Maybe something will open up there. Here those wolves charged into the side there. Moved the ghost there out of the charge there, and he's in a position where he can help out multiple ways. And they charged that goblin boss, who's gonna go poof for sure. Alrighty, magic phase. Let's see here, magic phase. I tried to cast Van Hale's Dance Macabre from these vampires to these skeletons. I got it, and then I tried to do a pumped up version of Hellish Vigor and did not meet the casting cost. So now we are going to shooting in close combat. Alrighty, Vampire Counts close combat was a win over here. Terrorgeist took 1 wound, and I killed like 5 or 6 or 7 of them, but he was steadfast, so just gonna keep going. Keep it going. And we got
nothing happened with
there was a regen there on the 1 wound that caused on the trolls.
Yeah.
Here he killed 3, I killed 5. He was steadfast as well as used as general, so he stayed. And the goblin war boss definitely went poof, and then I overran into that chariot. We'll see how that goes. Moving to top of 5. Orcs and Goblins. Alrighty.
So, we're at the top of turn 5 here. My 4 boys with the flaming banner charged this Terrorgeist over here. These guys reformed. The goblin boss is setting up to finish off those spirit hosts. General's over here. I mean, these guys are charging to the back of that, so he can move. This one's poised for a charge. So is my general. And then I've got these wolf riders here. And that's movement.
Okay, Orcs and Goblins, turn 5 shooting. He shot the Doom Diver over at these wolves, killed 2 of them.
And that was the only thing that happened, everything else misfired.
And that shot at my lord, and it didn't do anything. Alrighty, now we're going to close combat.
Okay, so we just ended the 5th Orc combat phase. You might notice another lack of plastic in this general area. The goblins took out the Terrorgeist finally, and then the Vargulf ended up they fled. Vargulf pursued. They're dead. Then I've got this 1 orc left as well. luckily it's my standard bearer, so he's got the flaming banner.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, the combat with the skeletons tied, and then you might notice that my trolls
both have musicians, so they just sit there.
Yeah.
And the trolls are fleeing because I managed to get a wound. And hopefully I will chase them down on my turn.
And of course the boar chariot that got charged by those vampires is gone, so that's over with. That was all of combat, so we're going to move on to VC5.
Okay. Alrighty, VC's turn 5 movement. There were some charges. Charged these into the back of these goblins. They charged that, they fled, they went 11 inches, so this ended up being a failed charge.
Really scared trolls.
They fled, so this was a failed charge, they moved up to there. Made my lord charge into that war machine. Moved these walls up here. Probably gonna get smashed by that and destroyed. And then I'll hop to the other side of that with the Gargoyle. And that's my movement. Now I am going to magic. Jimmy, what? Already in the Vampire Count's magic phase, cast Curse of the Years here, he let it go. So it killed 5 for now. We'll see what happens at the end of his magic phase. And then I tried to cast Magical Vortex here to fuck some shit up, but he dispelled it with an incredible 5-5-5-6 roll. Alrighty, now we're going to no more shooting, so close combat. Go. Alright, Vampire Count, close combat. One here, reformed. I caught them with the skeletons. They both ran their distance. Reformed these guys, reformed those guys. Over here, I won that. Surprise. Really hope he doesn't make that charge, but he's likely to.
Yeah, I do though.
That's it.
Cut your paper, dude.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my final movement phase. The general over here charged and declared a log on this general here, so things are probably going to look pretty good for me.
He's going to catch up there.
Luckily they failed. Let's see, the chariot over here rallied. The trolls did not, and they fled 4 inches. My goblin boss charged these wolves, which was probably not the smartest idea. These goblins charged these wolves, and then my single orc boar boy over here made his leadership to march, so he marched all the way over there.
He's running like a coward. Alrighty, orcs and goblins, turn 6 shooting phase. Rock Lobber lands on these guys, does a wound, even with the 2+ saves. Alrighty. Next.
Alright, so you might notice that there's one less model here than you might have seen the last time. The general charged the lord, and one of his attacks went through, and he failed his wound save, or his ward save of 4+, so he's dead, which means I got all the points for his lords. He reformed.
So in other words, with that kill, he has a chance of winning. A pretty decent one.
I shouldn't have charged them, but they did a wound to him, and it tied, so nothing special. And then, of course, the Horde of Goblins here took care of the wolves. And that was it. That was my final combat phase. So we're going to move on to VC6.
Alrighty. Bye-bye, Lord. Okay. Due to the end of his phase and my general dying, he made all this die. So this doesn't give any points because they're still there, but this is points and this is points. About 80 more points. Pretty sure, since we kind of went ahead and they didn't run off, that secures him as a win. I'll go ahead and do my attacks over there.
So we've got a magic phase, or magic phase, and a single combat left, and that's the end of the game.
Alrighty.
So we'll see how it goes.
Alrighty. Game is over. He killed my general, a bunch of stuff. I managed to get that, and that was it on my side. Cast spells made it real easy to do. And we calculated it up, and he beat me by 137. So win goes to Jimmy and his green skins. Okay, we'll catch you next time.